Hey everyone, welcome to my Litecoin video I'll be doing today, and it is February 17th, 2020. Apologies ahead of time, I still have this cough that I just cannot get rid of, so if I go silent for a moment or two, it's just because I'm trying to prevent myself from coughing in your ear, in your face. So anyway, of course, before I get started, this isn't financial advice, I'm not your financial advisor, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, and doing your own research. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at Litecoin. I'm going to take a look at it from a higher time frame compared to what I usually do. I usually take a look at Litecoin on on like an hourly or a 2 hour, or 3 hour. I'm going to take a look at it on a daily time frame. We're going to go all the way back to 2017, look at the end of 2018, look at mid 2019, and then of course look at the end of 2019, and see kind of where we are right now in the middle of all of this madness. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip on over to the chart. And I haven't charted this in a long time, so I'm going to make some adjustments to this based on what I've already got in here. And let me get this taken care of here. It looks like I've got a little bit of an issue with my display, so let me get this taken care of, and then we will get our live stream going. I lost power earlier today, and when that happened, a whole bunch of my settings got jacked up. So I think I got this taken care of now. You all should be able to see my screen here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we've got our top, which is at $420. I'm looking at the Coinbase chart, and we came all the way back down here to the bottom, which is about $22.25. That was a huge drop in price. And basically, when something like that happens, you should take your Fibonacci tool and pull from the top to the bottom, and you should expect a move to the 50% or the 618. 618 is a lot stronger, but the 50% is usually where you do see a reaction, and we did see that happen actually. So let me go ahead and just highlight this right here. We did see a pretty decent reaction off of the 50, and if I extend this over, we had a reaction right there at the 50. So that was decent, but then we pushed through. So the next logical place we're going to be looking for is to move to the 618. I've highlighted this in green, and this is where we had our important rejection. It was just shy of $150. I have us ticked off here at about 147, and then from that, let me go ahead and zoom in here. From that, we're going to take a fib pull from the bottom to the top because we had another dominant reaction off of this. We had a nice swing to the downside. Okay, and so when that happened, once we got down here to the 618 to the downside, I was talking on the Discord that night, and I said, this is where you need to be buying. You need to be buying Litecoin here, and it was like $43, $44 at the time. That ended up being pretty good. Of course, we could have gotten a better entry, but part of trading is not always getting the exact bottom or the exact top. This, even though it went against you, it was still a good trade. Basically buying off the 618, the 65. We had a decent reaction there. We did go a little bit lower, but obviously we have had a good uptrend since then. Litecoin went up almost 100% from where I said to buy, and I said to buy here at about $44, $45. Almost got all the way up to 90, went up to $85. So it was pretty close. And so now we're to this point where we are trying to fall, but it's just not happening. It's not happening. Looking at the daily time frame, we are making new lows on the daily as far as candle body goes, but we haven't been able to take out yesterday's low. We haven't rated this low. This is going to be an important level for us to pay attention to. And right here, good cluster. Nice clustering action here in this range. We've got lots of candles that open and close in this area, and this is at about, we'll call it $68. I would expect this to be enormous support. If this fails, then we are going to be going to our next area of interest. And there's a little bit of a range that is that's here that I'm interested in, and it's going to be starting at about right here. And I'm going to say we're going to come down to about right here, this range. If you wanted to look at a single candle, I would say this candle right here is the most important on January 28th. We do have an upper here back on January 17th, and we have an upper here on January 14th. This is going to be our next area of support. And again, it's going to be down here right at about $60. If we fail $68, we're likely going back to $60. And I'm not going to go to my lower time frames yet, but taking a look at this fib pull here from the top to the bottom, that would be approaching the 50%. What I want to do, and I haven't done this yet, I want to measure this move that we just completed. So again, using Fibonacci, going down here from the bottom, measuring to the top, we are bouncing right now at the 236. Now, more often than not, the 236 is not going to be the support that we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for a move back to the 382. The 382 just happens to be right here at the top of our range. This is a good high probability zone for a bounce. Again, this is right at about $61. So $60, $61, I would say that is a good range to be looking for a buy. As this retreats back down here to this range here at the 382 at about $60 to $62, I would be interested in buying Litecoin in this range. And where I would be interested in selling is going to be, so let's say we get a buy here at $60. Let's say we get it right here, $60.05. I'll set my stop loss right on the other side of this green range. I would say probably there at about $57, just on the other side of it. I'd be looking to get out of this trade here at about $103. We'll call it $100 even, just to make things nice and easy. We'll get out here at $100, and that's going to be a nice, basically a 13 to 1 odds. You're looking for a 66% gain, and you're talking about risking about 5%. Now, I don't recommend doing any leverage trading on Litecoin or anything like that, or doing any leverage trades against the Litecoin Bitcoin trading pair. Just buying spot here in Litecoin, looking for a potential 66% gain, I'd say that's a pretty good probability. I would say that after this completes, an A and a B, and then we go down here for the C, I would say this is going to be a great area to buy for a swing to the upside, potentially to finish this move. I actually do believe that we have completed a 1, 2, 3, and we're working on the 4, which the high probability zone here would be the 382. But if this was the bottom of the 2, that is the top of the 3, we'd be then coming back here. Again, the 382 comes back down to only about $63. So anywhere between $60 and $63, we're only talking about a couple dollars here. I would be layering bids down here in this range. Somewhere between $63 and down here at $57, I'd be cutting losses on the other side of $57, and I would take that trade. I would take that trade all day long. Right now we're at about $72, and as far as the downside goes, we're talking about still another 20% to go on the downside. So now the question is, what do our stochastics look like? Our indicators. And again, if you'd like access to the indicators, just throw in a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll get you an invite to our Discord, and you can see more information about how you can get access to our indicator. What I think I see happening right here on Litecoin right now, again, my opinion, what I think I see happening is the start of a wedge formation. This is definitely not confirmed yet, so it's still too early to tell. But as this plays out, what this usually ends up coming in the form of, it's in 5 waves, referred to as an A, a B, a C, going for the D, and then we're going to go for the E. This would be the area where I would be looking, if you were looking to short Litecoin, I would be interested in doing it after this confirms, because right now this isn't confirmed. You still want to get, 2 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom, and then you're looking for this third for the short opportunity, stop loss on the other side of the C. We did a trade, and you can look back into history, look for Ethereum live trade. I was trading a wedge, and this is how I trade wedges. I wait for almost all of these points to hit, and you trade the E. I talk about this every once in a while. I like to trade C's, 3s, and E's. This would be the E trade if this happens to work out. And, again, the way this usually tends to work out, you have an A, B, C into the A, you have an A, B, C into the B, you have an A, B, C into the C, looking for an A, B, C into the D, and then you're looking for an A, B, C into the E. and then you're going to be looking for the breakdown, and that's usually what ends up happening. And again, when you're taking the trade on the E, when you're taking the trade here on the E, it's very important that, again, this is going to assume that this is going to play out exactly the way that I've outlined here, which is, still unconfirmed. But you're going to stop loss right on the other side of this C. It should never violate the C. If it violates the C, this is not a wedge, something else is happening, and this trade idea is bad. So we don't know where this is going to land. It can overextend out of the triangle. That is perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine for it to trade outside of this triangle. This is usually how people get trapped. But it should not violate the C. It should not violate the C. So if you're going to take a short trade on this, taking a short position, again, we're going to have to wait and see where this happens. It's going to be something like this. You're going to be looking to stop loss right basically where that C is, because it should not trade on the other side of that. Then you're going to be looking for a move to the downside, potentially getting yourselves down to that area I was referring to, anywhere between $60 and $63. So that also is a nice 14% drop. All right. Again, stochastics, they look okay right now. They actually look to be pretty constructive at the moment. You've got your 3 hour that is just kind of consolidating. I'd love for the 3 hour to get down here into the oversold territory. We do look like we have unconfirmed hidden bearish divergence on this. And what I mean by that is down here, we've got a high here on our 1 hour, and then we have a higher high on our 1 hour. But then if you look at the price, we have a high here and we have a lower high on the price. So we are in the formations of some hidden bearish divergence as well. So this would lend to a continuation move to the downside. Still unconfirmed, but that's what I believe that I see right now. We have had recent rejection off of an important support zone. And that's going to be this zone right here. Let me go ahead and outline this for us. It is it starts all the way back here and works its way all the way across. So again, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at our kill zones. We've got resistance, 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 support, support, resistance, 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 blows through. When it comes back, it's support, blows through. When it comes back, it's resistance. So this is an important level for us. Right here is $75. It is very important support and resistance for Litecoin, and we are currently trading underneath it. So just keep an eye on that. I don't usually talk about moving averages very often, but let's just take a look at those. On the hourly, we have basically all of our important moving averages are crossed bearish on the hourly. If I go to, say, a 3 hour time frame, we have a cross of the 21 exponential and the 100 exponential. This 55, it's going to take a long time for this to get down here to the 200s. We have to start trading below the 200 simple and 200 exponential, which is down here at about $70. It can happen, but things are not looking extremely bearish. This does look like, to be fair, this looks like a 1, 2, going into a 3, and then we're working on putting in the 4, and then we're going to go in for a 5. So if we have, let me go ahead and take this off. If this is a 1, 2, we're working on, again, the 3 here. And we came back to the 50, but we got rejection there. Again, looking for a continuation move down to $63.82. That would be where the algo target is sitting here. So much confluence at $61 to $63. That's a trade that I'm going to have to take. So that's what I'd like to point out. That's what I want to point out here on Litecoin. If we get to this point where the 3 hour, the 12 hour, and the hourly, which you can't see right now, let me move back to an hourly time frame. If we get back to the point where all of these are in confluence with each other down here in this oversold territory, I am very interested in buying even more. And again, down here in this range, I'm interested in buying as long as everything kind of flows in the way that I think that it will. The last time the 1 hour and the 3 hour were in that oversold territory was right here. Didn't stay down there for very long. That was a good area to buy. Time before that, where the 1 hour and the 3 hour were both down here, was back here. That was a great time to buy. Time before that, when they were all down there, let me go ahead and zoom out on my chart, was right here. Now, Obviously, you could have gotten a lower price, but it was still a good entry. Look at what happened, right? So we had a good move up. Then we had another move up. And then we had another move up. Now we're just waiting for this to happen again. Time before that, right here. Time before that, right here, down at 40 bucks. Okay, so you're seeing the trend, and all the indicator really is just a strategy. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others, and we just have to wait for things to work themselves out. And I'll continue to go ahead and give these videos and these updates and let you know. But I can't do videos every time the exact moment is right. You have to be on our Discord in order to see some of these things and to really understand why I take trades and when I get out of trades. I'm not always going to be posting live trades, especially here on YouTube. So throw in a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out for you. I've given my opinion on Litecoin. This is where I think we're going. Again, we're looking at somewhere between $58 and $63, and then we'll kind of reassess from there. We're looking for the indicator to give us all the confluence. But if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, I appreciate likes, subscribes, shares, and we want to grow our community on Discord. So throw in a comment if you'd like an invite, and I'll be more than happy to get one to you. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you are having a great day, a great night, and a great evening. Take care, everyone.